Yo, it's your homeboy Kiiro in the building. Welcome to episode 130 of One Piece Gist. In this episode, I'll be talking about Gear 4th. I have done a Gear 4th video in the past, and that was very King Saki oriented. The video is still up. You just go to my channel in the search box, type Gear, it should pop up. However, I cannot sit back and ignore what has been presented in the One Piece chapter 783. It strongly implies that Gear 4th will be something a bit more biological, and it also states, the role. It doesn't state, but it strongly implies, the functionality that Gear 4th is going to achieve. So we find out in this chapter 783 that Luffy, Gear 2nd is fast, but he doesn't have his base strength isn't good enough in his fight against the Flamingo. We find out that Gear, 3rd is way too slow, and it leaves Luffy with openings because he has to keep his body part away from the core of himself, and against an opponent like the Flamingo, that just leaves him full of openings. So Gear 4th is not going to give him any openings. So that is to say, it's not really going to, he's not going to inflate or nothing. And at the same time, it's going to make him stronger and faster. It's going to make him stronger and faster simultaneously without, deforming him too much in the sense that Gear 3rd does. So it's going to be similar, a bit closer to Gear 2nd. Now, I'm not saying he's not going to change physically at all. He obviously will, but it's not going to be on some Gear 3rd level, on some Gear 3rd shit. And here's my theory. So, Gear 2nd is, it deals with the blood flow. Gear 3rd deals with bones. What's left biologically? We have. I mean, the main thing is the muscles. We haven't really done anything with muscles. So think about it. If Luffy juices himself up, juices his muscles up, he could be on some, on some Hoodie Jones type of shit. Well, the problem with Hoodie Jones is that he was really bulky, so that's not necessarily. I mean, function. From a functional standpoint, that's what he's gonna do. He's gonna basically juice up his muscles somehow. I'm not sure the science or that's gonna do behind it, but it's gonna involve his muscles, and he's gonna get a bit buffer. That's my prediction. I don't think he's gonna look exactly the same. He's gonna get a bit buffer, but nothing too drastic. He's not gonna be like the Incredible Hulk or nothing. He's gonna be maybe Virgo level maximum. Virgo level of buffiness. He's gonna get a bit buffer, but I realistically think it's not gonna be that severe. He's gonna get a bit buff, but not too buff. That's my prediction. Because think about it, he has this new, okay, well, he's not really wearing it right now, but in any case, he does wear like open shirts and shorts, and think about the Hulk. He wears shorts all the time because that's appropriate for showcasing when he's growing and all that kind of shit. But in any case, the reasoning is more to what I said earlier. We've done bones, we've done blood. What's left is mainly muscles. That's the next main thing. And if you think about it, having stronger muscles will make you hit harder because it gives you super strength to an extent, and it also means you can move faster because with super strength you can jump higher. You can basically kick the ground harder and move faster. So it's achieving quite a lot by improving his muscles. So the thing I'm on the fence of is how his appearance will change and by how much, because his appearance always changes with Gear 2nd. We have the steam with Gear 3rd. It's pretty obvious. I don't think Gear 4th will be as severe as Gear 3rd. Visually. But it's gonna do something, and that's why I think he's just gonna get buffer, because we've seen a lot of fan art of Luffy just being, in the series being hella ripped, hella buff. I really don't think Luffy's gonna go on that WWE Hulk Hogan shit, but I can definitely see him getting stronger and a bit buffer. Like he's already ripped, so yeah, just a bit buffer, Virgo level maximum. Anything more than that, I think it's gonna look a bit goofy, especially with Luffy's face and all that kind of stuff. And that's basically Gear 4th in a nutshell. I don't want to repeat myself too much. I think I've covered most of the core stuff of my theory. So which other characters could we compare this to? So compare Luffy to, maybe, if you've seen Hunter x Hunter, compare him to Meruem, one of the Chimera ants. Because of his different biology from humans, he can move faster and he's stronger than humans, and that's essentially what Luffy's gonna get if he juices up his muscles. Now, once again, I want to repeat, I don't know the science Oda's gonna use or the explanation for what he's gonna do with Luffy's muscles, but it will concern Luffy's muscles. Another example, in case you haven't seen Hunter x Hunter, is Naruto. Most likely you've seen that. We could compare it to the gates. Now, the gates don't essentially work like that, but it's going to have similar functionality. You know, with the gates open, you become faster and stronger. You basically surpass your body's limits, you know, in some way, some shape, some form. But you know, in terms of an explanation standpoint, I don't think that's necessarily the best example. But I think in terms of functionality, that is what I can see. You know, Gear Fourth doing. Now, one problem with Gear Fourth is when explaining it is that Gear Second already does the super speed bit, so you know it can be a bit confusing. But I'm sure once you see it in action, you kind of understand. I think one or two final examples I could give are, you know, just think of a character with super strength. You know, they can jump higher thanks to the super strength. You know, they can kick the floor harder thanks to the super strength, and that means they can move faster. So they can generally get super speed to some extent, or at least they can, you know, kick the ground and appear in one place. You know, it's a sort of a, what do you call it? A poor man's teleportation. You could think of it like that. But anyways, I think I'm rambling on a bit too much. Hopefully I've explained this well enough. It's kind of hard for me to explain it further, but yeah, one more time, Gear Fourth, I can see it revolving around Luffy's muscles. He's gonna, you know, juice up his muscles. I'm not quite sure the explanation Oda's gonna give to us, but I can see him getting stronger and faster simultaneously thanks to muscles. It's essentially going to be strength mainly, but here's the thing. Gear Third just straight up makes Luffy bigger. It doesn't really improve his core strength. You know, Gear Second just makes him faster. It doesn't do anything to his core strength. This improves his core strength, and by improving his core strength, he improves his speed as a result of that. And that's essentially the explanation behind, you know, what you call it, Gear Fourth. My explanation behind it, at least. Will he be able to do, you know, jet attacks? No, I think most of the speed is going to come from mobility, because super strength doesn't really give you, you know, at least juicing up your muscles doesn't really, I don't really see it that way. But then again, you know, it does have to do with your muscles, so I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. Anyways, we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I strongly think it's going to have to do with the muscles, and by improving his muscles, he improves his speed and strength simultaneously. That's my video. You know, that's my theory. What are your theories on Gear Fourth? I do not think it's going to be a combination of Gear Second and Gear Third. Whenever he combines it, like he did in Thriller Bark, he just says Gear Second and then he says Gear Third afterwards, and then he combines them. This is a completely different gear, so it has a completely different mechanic behind it. So it's most likely going to be biological, from the foreshadowing we've gotten in this most recent chapter of One Piece. And yeah, so, you know, bear that in mind when you're leaving your theory down below. And yeah, no One Piece this upcoming week, which sucks. But I'll be looking forward to seeing, you know, what. I'll try and think of something good for the prediction radio, because I mean, what else am I going to talk about apart from Gear Fourth? Anyways, sorry for sidetracking a bit. I tend to do that because it's all straight off the top. Thank you for chilling all the way to the end. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. And as always, thank you guys for watching.